My name is Muhittin Furkan Kılıç. I am a third year undergraduate medical student from INAM Lab. I am going to introduce you to the use of simulation applications in medicine. Firstly, I want to start with what is computational simulation. Computational modeling is used to simulate and study complex systems using computer science, physics, and mathematics. Numerous variables are programmed into the computational model to characterize the system which is being studied. By adjusting these variables, the outcome can be observed, providing valuable data for researchers. Therefore, scientists can conduct thousands of simulated experiments. Data collected from these simulated experiments can be then used to identify which laboratory experiments are likely to solve a problem. Computational modeling is used in many different scientific disciplines, including drug discovery, value forecasting, plasma physics, and medical care research. Medical science is an invariably developing discipline. Research in the field requires complex testing and the collection of precise data to provide scientists with the information and tools necessary to offer new solutions and improve health outcomes. The increase in data sources, including wearable sensors and the digital medical devices, has helped to drive the field. Some areas of research to which computational modeling is applied in medicine include tracking infectious disease, predicting the adverse side effects of drugs, design and development of medical device, supporting clinical decision. And to the numerous computational simulations, we can use various programs for it. For example, it could be MATLAB has a submodule named Simulink, which is for modeling, simulating and analyzing multi-domain dynamical systems. Another one, VSIM, is used for modeling basic electromagnetics and plasma physics, complex metallic and dielectric shapes, photonics, and vacuum electronics including multifactor effects, laser wave field acceleration, plasma thrusters, and fusion plasmas. OpenSim is an open-source software system for biomechanical modeling, simulation, and analysis with the goal of free and widely accessible tools to arrange biomechanics research and motor control science. And the last one, ANSYS, which we are using in our experiment, is used to discover how a product will function with different specifications without building test products or conducting crash tests. For example, ANSYS software may simulate how a bridge will hold up after years of traffic, how to best process tuna fish in a cannery to reduce waste, or how to design a slide that uses less material without sacrificing safety. ANSYS has numerous sub-software for different simulations. Some of them are ANSYS Fluent, ANSYS Discovery, and ANSYS Sherlock. Most ANSYS sub-softwares are performed using the ANSYS Workbench system, which is one of the company's main products. I will share with you some research about simulation applications in medicine. First of them, the research titled Three-Dimensional Analysis of Nasal Physiology, Representation by Means of Computational Fluid Dynamics. It is about clinical decision support. In this research, temperature, flow velocities, pressure differences, and humidity are simulated and displayed in high-resolution videos as a function of multiple boundary conditions. Therefore, the analysis of surgical interventions or pathological changes is possible. As you can see in this figure, pressure distribution in the main nasal cavity during inspiration is simulated by ANSYS Fluent. Numerical simulations are a very good way to display complex flow and air conditioning processes in the human nose in high resolution. In this figure, there is a particle track representation of the sneezing process. Therefore, they came through that the sneezing process is a physiological cleaning reflex that reads all areas of the nose, including the ethmoid cells adjacent to the main nasal cavity. With high-resolution models and various simulation conditions, you can display any anatomical and physiological variations with high-resolution measurement ranges. CFD simulations are also useful in clinical use. The further goal is therefore the integration of CFD simulation into everyday clinical practice, exempli gratia, to enable individual flow analysis before operations on the nose and to check new or existing surgical methods for their effectiveness. And the second one, it is about predicting the adverse side effects of drugs. The research titled Analysis of Topical Dosing and Administration Effects on Ocular Drug Delivery in a Human Eyeball Model using Computational Fluid Dynamics. In this research, the effects of topical administration frequency, time interval, and elimination rate on the temporal and spatial drug concentration distributions are investigated systematically in the study using an experimentally approved CFD approach in a 3D human eye model. The non-invasive and cost-effective high-accuracy CFD model employed in this study is promising since it has the potential to not only assess the efficiency and safety of timolol topical administration, but also can be used to evaluate the effects on eyeballs by other hydrophilic medications. In this figure, we can see the human eyeball geometry and the polyhexacore mesh details at the midplane. At the beginning of simulations, we need to create the geometry of our experiment, and this is a very good example. Then, in this figure, we see comparisons of computational results for the timolol concentrations in a human eyeball model with experimental data. It can be found that the timolol concentrations in CFD simulations, although the CFD model slightly overestimated the timolol concentration when comparing it with the experimental data at approximately 90 minutes, the relative errors are small enough for the CFD model to capture the features of temporal drug concentrations in the chambers as we see the enlarged region in this figure. The relative errors may be caused by the minor geometry differences and the variances of metabolic elimination rates. In future work, comparisons of the drug transport and delivery efficiency among multiple types of medications can be investigated using the CFD model developed in the study in the future. Moreover, for drug delivery via nanoparticles, the viscosity and particle size effect on the drug delivery efficiency to multiple ophthalmic compartments can be numerically investigated. And the last one, it is about medical device design and development, the research titled The Degradable Performance of the Bile Duct Stent Based on a Continuum Image Model, a Finite Element Analysis. It is the goal of this study to, first, develop a finite element model based on a continuum image model that is capable of modeling the corrosion of a bile duct stent using elements birth and death technology of software ANSYS. Second, apply the model to better understand the mechanical performance of a bioabsorbable bile duct stent during stent degradation. And third, determine the effects of corrosion behavior on the wall of the bile duct. It provides a method and a technical reference for researching the degradation performance of the stent in more depth in the future. In simulating stent expansion, a uniform pressure is applied on the inner surface of the balloon to inflate the balloon and then to expand the stent to a full expansion state shown in Figure A. Stent recoil is simulated by removing the uniform pressure shown in Figure B. 6 time points in the process of stent degradation were selected to understand the stress state on the wall of the bile duct. The stress distribution state is shown in this figure. Manifestly, The maximum equivalent stress on the bile duct wall decreases with the degradation of the stent. A 3D finite element model based on the secondary development of finite element software ANSYS and continuum image mechanism provides a powerful tool for analyzing the interactions between the biodegradable stent and a diseased bile duct. The results are being used to understand the degradation performance of a bile duct stent and to guide stent design or optimization to obtain reasonable degradation time needed in clinic. These are our references. Thank you.